Oh, gentlemen and lady, how you doing?
Can I say one
How's
thing?
It? What's that?
I'm going to say one thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
When it comes time for questions, we confab up here, and we give a gift to the best question from all of you. And I won't show you what it is, but so come up with really cool questions, okay? That's all you get.
I'll give you a hint. That question that will win will not be, did you always know it was going to be a success?
Yeah. Oh, God.
So, which...
On that subject of questions, I was asked for the first time, was there any moment when you were filming that you all just cracked up laughing, could not get yourself back together? And I thought that was a terrific question. And I said to Pat, wait there, the feedback is very distracting. Could you gorgeous hunks back there behind all those buttons in tight black T-shirts, maybe do something about that's much better, thank you. And I can't remember what I said now, but Pat's moment. Oh, I know. I said that when we were doing the in the pool and doing the floor
orgy
show and all that stuff. Yeah.
The orgy.
But in Pat's case, you tell them it was to do with the dining room scene.
Do you want me to tell them?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, darling. Nell's directing this show now. Are you all quiet, darling? I'll ask you a
fine.
question in a
No,
minute,
no,
okay?
No, you're good. You're good.
No, it was just that about laughing and things. So actually, this happened on set. We had to go into the dining room, and the table is laid for dinner. And being Transylvanians, we didn't know how to lay a dinner table. So the table is covered in like 50 knives, 40 forks, each place setting, jam jars to drink out of instead of wine glasses, although I know people do that today, but it wasn't fashionable then. And anyway, so this was the table. So Jim Sharman, the director, said to Tim Curry, we need you to pull that red tablecloth from under all the cutlery and everything, and do it in a very swift gesture, because we haven't time to reset the table. Because we were on such a tight budget, they couldn't, there was no time to put all that back on, So they said, try and leave everything much as possible on the table. So Tim, unbelievably, like a magician, pulled this cloth, and most of it was still on there. It was extraordinary. I don't know how he did that. But what one didn't know, none of us knew, nobody told us, that underneath the table there's this glass, and there's Mr. Loaf. Skeletal and half the meat missing.
And no one told us meatloaf had been on the menu. By the way,
and
we can still get feedback.
I haven't finished now. Thank you. I haven't finished.
I just want that.
And I just wanted to say, so Pat, actually burst out laughing. I had hysterics, Pat Quinn, not Magenta, until eventually Richard O'Brien said to me, shut up. And that's kept in the movie. It's still there. But it wasn't Magenta laughing, it was me. Sorry. You can speak now, Nell.
No, I just wanted them to stop the feedback so you didn't hear your own voice coming back at you.
I didn't
As I
notice
can.
that. But I hear my own voice all the time, and I love it.
We know. God, now you know.
Oh, baby, good morning, Angel.
Good morning, my doves. Okay, you know what? Because that always usually spins off to it. So I do like I like hearing these stories. When did you all begin to realize and start hearing about the Shadowcast and the midnight screenings after the initial run? What was it like when it was like, oh, it never fully has gone away? When you start hearing about they're doing what at midnight, when, who, what?
Well, that was exactly it. So you've told the answer.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all we
No,
have to say.
Richard O'Brien and I in London, they came through, got in touch and said, they're talking to your film. We thought, what you talking about? Never heard of. And they're actually dressing up as you, and it's like, oh, God. And the next thing, Richard and I are on the plane to the Waverley or the Roxy or whatever it was. No, the Waverley, I think. And in New York, and came to witness this sensation of people doing that. And it was extraordinary because there's a girl, Robin Lipner, who dressed as me, and her chum, Dory Hartley, who dressed as Frank. And Dory was the most amazing Frank and could actually sing exactly in the same voice and the same everything as Tim Curry, beyond belief. And they were two art students went to the first showings. And so she was the original Magenta Robin, and she's still my friend today. We've been mates ever since. And it's been extraordinary. So that was the beginning. And then look what happened.
And then we're here.
Yeah.
Barry, how about you? When did you start hearing about this stuff?
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
A movie called Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Rocky Horror Show.
Right. Yeah.
I saw the Rocky Horror Show first
Oh.
on stage, with Tim Curry at the Roxy Theater or nightclub in L.A. And when they asked me to do this, I said if I could play Frankenfurter, I would do it.
Of course.
Yeah, everybody wants to be Frankenfurter, right?
Except me.
No, you don't want to be Frankfurter.
No, I want to be Magenta always.
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. I didn't. I didn't say that. I said, yes, I'll do it because I loved Tim Curry's performance and I loved the whole energy of the stage play. And we went to London and they got Susan and myself and what was your question? It had something to do with when did I
that
first
was
see
a
it?
good
I think the
enough
question is,
answer.
what's your name?
When did I first see it? I didn't. Oh, I heard when Sal Pirro, who was the sort of interlocutor or the guy at the Waverly Theater, stood up and he was, and sort of took over the room and tried to organize the theater in some way. I had heard about him, and I think that's when I first saw it. And also, he was in Fame, and I probably first saw all of that in the movie Fame, and then I went and saw it in reality,
But may I ask you something? I mean, when you said you only want to play Frank, which one is understandable, and then, which you could have done when I think of it. But anyway, when they told you were playing Brad, what was your reply to that?
How much?
Well, that's not what enticed you, because I know there was very little money.
There was, yes. That was your answer, too. How much? Right?
No, that was for the lips.
The lips, but that's a great story.
Oh, thank you. But what did you say? What did you say
But this
when
isn't
they
the
asked you to play Brad?
What are you
What did
asking?
you think?
What did I think?
Yeah. Did you
it-
say, I can't wait to play that wonderful part?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, musicals.
You only audition for a role you want, and so you obviously wanted the role.
Yeah,
And,
sure.
and when you got the role, it's great. I got the role.
That's all.
Yeah.
What the hell do you want from me? That's it. I know. I loved playing the part because it was sort of over the top, campy, but based on in reality.
It had to be played straight, as
Very
you know,
straight,
and you did
yeah.
do that.
Yeah. And I got
That
the
was
op-
very
I thought he was
important
playing
to-
Frank there.
Yeah.
But that was very important.
Over the top and campy, Brad.
That's what Jim Sharman wanted from when Pat and I were in the original production in a tiny theatre. It wasn't a send-up, and he didn't want Tim to play Frank as a drag queen. He wanted everyone to be real, and that is something that I think has gone, fell also with the film. And sadly, that is no longer the case in the live show productions. Everything is so over the top and camp. But our little show in London, just the way in the film, it's very moving. You know, you become emotionally involved in the characters and as they're killed off and when Frank is pleading for his life. You know, do you agree?
Yes.
And I think this is, of course, part of why it's still so successful. If it was just a send-up, it would not be as beloved today, 50 years later, as it was in the very beginning. Oh, thank you.
You're about to say something, sir? You had that look.
No, I have got nothing.
No, okay.
Yeah, the next question, please. No.
Actually, tell you what, we got a few Osama's going. Go on out and take some of our audience. Let me get some ammunition here.
What is that? Oh,
Like-
yeah.
like-
Oh, you were so creepy. He gives sweets, you know, to the questions.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's another word for that.
Yes.
People that give sweets.
Yeah, but not him.
One for you, because you don't make fun of me. Not like those two.
Isn't that nice? You're thinking of questions, right? Good questions.
Hey, what's your name?
Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
Hello. So I got to ask you that question, Nell, yesterday. So thank you for remembering that. That was an honor. But my next question is, was there any opportunity for you to give improv during the movie, or were you told to stick strictly to the script?
Are you looking at me?
All of it.
He's looking at you.
He was looking at me, wasn't he?
Yeah, totally.
Jeez, Matthew, right? Matthew.
Sorry, what was the question? Did we improvise or stay to the script? Was
Yeah,
that it?
were you allowed to improvise?
No.
Absolutely
No.
not. Remember, we had that hunchback that wrote the bitch, and the director co-wrote it. They
Was
wrote
there
it
a
together.
hunchback?
Yes.
Those two wrote the script, and they were there with us every minute, and we couldn't get any. You know, it was very finessed.
Even when you were doing it on stage, wasn't there some moments where you go, "Why wouldn't this be funny, or wouldn't that be?"
We
Really?
stuck-
Because
This
it was absolute perfection.
It was.
Yeah, all right.
It was short, precise, witty, and that's
And the best bit short.
90 minutes.
And that's why it worked at the theatre upstairs. It was the shortest show. That wasn't easy. Having a good time. It makes my face ache. Sorry. But it was short, and it was, I think, 1 hour 10 on the stage and no interval. And the public loved that, because you do, especially if the content's excellent, which it was. And then anything drawn out on that would have ruined it completely.
We were also, surprisingly, our curtain up was 10:30 at night in 1973, which was because downstairs was the main theatre of the Royal Court, and this was the first time they'd had a musical in their tiny little attic upstairs. And so obviously we would have drowned out The Sea, starring Coral Brown downstairs. So
that was the name of the play downstairs,
Yeah,
The Sea. There
The Sea.
wasn't a sea down there.
The
It
Sea.
was a play.
And what's the name, Albee? Anyway, Edward
Edward
Albee, thank you.
Albee.
And then at the weekends, it was even later. The second show was like at 11:30, which is incredible, really. And
But the
packed every
amazing,
night.
but the wonderful thing was that Coral Brown, the actress in The Sea downstairs, was going out with a fellow, and they came up to see our show after her show, and she came
On
out
the
with her
opening night.
boyfriend, fiance at the time, and that was who?
Vincent
Vincent
Price.
Vincent Price, and he put his head round the door and said, "Congratulations, wonderful show." And one went, "Oh, a king of horrors here." Yeah. It was great.
Thank you. Good one. Mhm. Yeah. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Talina. So I was wondering, like, when you got the script initially, was there any like scenes or dialogue that you were like, "Oh, that's interesting. Like, that's not something that I was expecting." Like anything like super taboo or whatever that you were like, "Oh, that's gonna be fun."
No.
I think it surprises me how often I'm asked, was I shocked or were we shocked by the show? And we couldn't have been less shocked by it in 1973. This was, you know, punk. It was the very beginnings of punk, and I, for one, had very liberal parents, and there was absolutely nothing shocking about it whatsoever to us.
Yes, but Julie Covington at the time was playing Janet, and songs were being brought in overnight. Like Richard O'Brien, Jim said, we need a song for you and Richard and Nell. So, Richard, we need a song for you three, and maybe with a dance that you could dance to or something. He came in overnight with the Time Warp, which was extraordinary. But I thought, oh, God, do I have to learn all this? You know. But then he came in, they needed Janet another song, and they came in for Julie Covington, who was playing Janet, and they came in with Touch It, Touch It, Touch Me, I Want to Be Dirty. And Julie said, I'm not singing that, that's disgusting. I said, I agree. Touch it, touch it, touch me, I want to be dirty. Excuse me? Anyway, look what happened to that.
How about you, Barry? Is anything that
What
anything shock you
shocked me?
when you read the show or read the script or? No?
What shocked me sometimes is I look at my performance, and I would have changed a few readings. I think, you know, so because after I got boned by Frankenfurter,
Boned?
boned. Well, that's a
Is
nice
that
way
what you
to
call
say.
it?
What? It's
That's one of the
filthy.
ways.
Yeah. I think I say never, never, like never, never, or something like that. And I would have not said it that way if I could do it again. But those were
Well,
two.
how would you do it if you could do it again?
And I would go, never, 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 never. I don't know how I would do it.
Neverland.
But
I-
it was a little over the top. I thought, because a little over the
But
top. Okay.
I think that also whoever says never,
Never. In a row.
in
right.
a row,
Yeah.
I think it was a challenging line.
Oh, okay. Don't you
You usually go, I would never. But you would have just said it once.
I would
So that
never.
whoever asked us, he should have dropped that never.
Okay, so
Sorry, what was
what-
what was the question?
I have no idea.
No,
No, what was the question? Why did you say never, never?
He's asked me something like, do
Who?
you,
no, but you liked it. You really liked
Oh,
it.
you
or
liked
something,
it.
and you went, I would
Never.
never, never.
okay, oh, that's a great reading. I would never, never,
And you would
No.
say it twice, if not 3 times.
never. Never. No, it's not good.
Oh,
Okay.
shush.
Next.
This
All right.
isn't an act, by the way. They're always like this. Hey, what's your name?
Hi, my name's Trevor.
Hi.
What's a lesson or maybe some words of wisdom you've gotten from a mentor, a director, a colleague that you've taken with you well beyond into every performance you guys done in the future?
Are you sure you want to act? Can you do anything else in your life? And that's what I always say to anybody who comes up wants some advice about acting. It's really true. We were talking earlier about how you have to totally focus. There's nothing else you want in the world other than that one thing, whether it's to act or sing or play an instrument, paint. Yeah, and you have to give 100% to that, right, Pat? You were talking earlier.
Yes, I was talking about my grandson who's studying fine art photography at the moment in London. And it's wonderful for me to observe that he's truly passionate about it. And I was telling him, when I was 17, I got on the boat from Belfast, where I was born, to act. And, the only place for me to do that was in London because I wanted to be in the stage. And so I got on the boat at 17 with a $5 in my pocket and said goodbye. And because I knew what I wanted desperately. And I never went off that track. I wanted that. So that was my Don't Dream It, Be It. And hopefully that's for Charlie, my grandson, with his thing.
I do think
you have a passion.
I think you're absolutely right. And I was just telling a couple that were here that I just saw a documentary called Becoming Led Zeppelin, and who you might all be too young to even know who they are, but they are one of the most successful bands and have made the most money of all bands. And it's interesting because also Oasis has just made their comeback, and I happen to both those bands when they practiced in the case of Led Zeppelin they were musicians that practiced separately before they met each other all the time, and Oasis, when they got together, they practiced all the time. And anyone that wants to succeed in something, like artists, they tend to be the successful ones, wake up in the morning, that is what they want to do. Paint, writers are, it's not a choice even. And mercifully, usually it's the thing they are most passionately wanting to do. But about being an actor, that's just the hardest thing about an actor is that you can't, a musician can keep playing their music, and the painters can paint, the writers can write, but an actor has to wait to get the role. So always have the day job. Always have the day job.
Do you know what I found out the other day? This is our 50th anniversary this year. There's an album, Born to Run. You know, Born to Run?
Yeah.
Right? Is it an album, Born to Run?
Yeah.
And who's the singer?
Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen. It's his 50th anniversary this year for Born to Run. It's amazing. You think of his music being so contemporary in a way, but half a century earlier, he wrote that album.
Jaws is having its 50th anniversary.
Jaws, yeah. Okay. Boy, wasn't that interesting?
Yeah,
maybe I should give myself
I do think it's
the
interesting.
picture.
Have any of you been able to go to the Rock and Roll Museum here?
I
locally?
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in it. I was in it.
Yeah.
I was in a group called the Clowns years ago. And we were very popular with Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus.
He's not joking. There really is a group called the Clowns he was in.
Yeah.
They had Lady Love, will you be mine?
Keep on. Go on.
No, I'm not going to sing your song.
There's a poor baby. We need to get
First of all, let's talk to this fella here. What's your name?
Hi, everybody. My name's Harry.
Hi.
So I'll share a little story with you guys real quick, and then I'll ask a question. So, 1973, I was born. By the time I came across Rocky Horror, it was like 1986. I was 12 years old, growing up in the best generation of film, horror movies, music, hair metal, heavy metal, and I see Rocky Horror Picture Show. This is my cup of tea, right? I have no idea what I'm in for. I throw the movie in. I'm at home on VHS, and I'm exposed to what's on the screen, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into. Should I be watching this? But it opened a door for me, Again, growing up with heavy metal and hair metal, and hearing the songs in that movie just opened a door for me to allow myself to expand my musical feels, I guess, in which I then was like, wow, I do like musicals. I like Wizard of Oz. I like the songs in that movie. I like movies like Cry Baby and Grease, And so what I'm getting at in the end here is basically what other musicals, you guys are from theater and stage, this is what you wanted to do. What are some of your favorite musicals out there? Or film, stage?
I just would like to say how great to look at you, who screams heavy metal to me, that you put that movie in that VHS machine and responded so well to it. And of course, I like to think as what it represented as well, because it's, heavy metal people can be more conservative in certain directions. So that's great that opened up your eyes to more modes of musical movies. Pat, what's your favorite musical?
I don't know. Rocky Horror.
When I was in college, I played the Fantastics, the album of the Fantastics, over and over and over again. I thought it was, it was so brilliant for its time, of its simplicity, the story, the simple story. Some of the music is wonderful in it, and it became the longest-running show off Broadway, I think, forever. And but it was, and then I eventually was able to work with the writers on something. But that to me, that was that was a real eye opener for me. Fantastics.
I was brought up on Rodgers and Hammerstein. When I say brought up on it, I was the one that was so curious, and I loved all the Rodgers and Hammerstein, and I love also all the old 1930s musical, Irving Berlin, Rodgers and Hart, etc., etc. George Gershwin, and now all the way up to, of course, the brilliant.
Sondheim.
I'm actually
Hammer.
not the greatest. No, what Hamilton, and
Hamilton.
and
Don't get it.
also I thought the Book of Mormon was incredible. Yeah, so I go start with Cole Porter and that generation and all the way up.
Yeah, good one.
Thank you.
Hey, what's your name?
Brad.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
I've lived a whole life being called an asshole, so that's
You
been
have.
really
I'm
fun.
sorry. Really.
I grew up at a year and a half. Your soundtrack was playing in my house, and it was awesome. So thank you guys so much for everything. Been a huge inspiration for me. Very
Thank
much
you.
appreciated.
Great.
So that being said, the stage production versus the film, is there, for any one of you, a scene that you felt was conveyed better in stage than it was in the film?
Sorry, was it what?
Did you find that the stage something was better portrayed on the stage production than the film? So this is with you and me.
Yeah, the answer, no. Because we were the only people in the stage production. Jim Sharman wouldn't do this film without us. Wouldn't have Mick Jagger, wouldn't have Bowie, wouldn't have anyone. Hence, we had a tiny budget because we were all no names at the time, not since. And so we brought the stage show to the film, and no, we just maybe enhanced some things, but because one had that camera time and whatever, But other than that, no difference.
Yes,
No,
there's a lot.
I always say that I wish that you and I, in our masks, we're standing next to Frank when he's at the microphone and Rocky's about to be born. When we go, he goes, "It was an accident." And you and I go, "An accident." But in the show, we used to go, "An accident," which I wish we'd still done that in the film.
Which did you prefer?
I thought it would be when we screamed it.
Yeah.
And Jim had us do it very softly in the film.
You preferred the scream?
And I thought it was funnier, and it would have been funny in the film.
Yes, of course. Right.
Fair. Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
I'm Nicole.
Hi.
I had a question. So, out of all the different things that have paid homage to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, I know there was recently a music video that released this past week with like Sabrina Carpenter that plays, kind of goes into frame by frame of your movie. Is there anything between a TV show, music video, movie that has played homage that you thought was the best or the funniest version of what you guys tried to make?
I've never seen any of them. I've not.
No.
I've not even seen the Fame. Isn't it in Fame?
Fame, yeah.
Not seen that. I haven't seen the remake, and I certainly haven't seen anything of Sabrina Carpenter's. I'm sure she's a lovely, talented young lady. But so I can't even say that because I've never seen anything. What? Brad?
I guess I was
Brad.
Barry's the name. Barry asshole Bostwick. That's what I was gonna say. Oh, I did a episode of what? Do you remember the episode, Patty, where they used the music from this as a background, and I played a serial killer? You know everything about me. Why are you hesitating?
That was.
Oh, Meatloaf and I did Glee. Yeah, we did that Glee episode.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They didn't ask him to sing or anything, and we played, two characters. Really, when you get Meatloaf, my God, Thank you, Patty, for picking up the slack there.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, just asshole. Well, that's a good question. Why don't the three of you put your heads together and determine who's going to win the prize for best question?
I didn't like any of them. I don't know.
They're holding for a cover. So after this, we're going to take a big crowd selfie with all of you. We'll have everybody come towards the stage, not on the stage, but towards stage. Take a picture of our guests and all of you. This will be available for download at our Flickr account. If you haven't signed up for our email newsletter, please do so. That way you get the links to all that. Plus, if you've gotten one of our photo opportunities and stuff like that, that's how you get the digital download and all that fun stuff and hear all the new things we got coming out.
Oh, we're trying. We can't remember the girl, but we don't, and we remember the question, but we can't quite remember. We remember loving it.
It's called Alzheimer's.
Yes. Who the young
I mean,
the
it
young
is
girl
50
with
years
all
ago,
the
you
stuff
know.
on, you know.
Oh, the one with the clothes on? That narrows it down. What was the question?
Is she still here?
I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
What was the question?
I don't know. It's early.
Wait, you don't. A female asked a question you like, but you can't remember what it was.
What?
That's it. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Well, there was a great question about the musicals, and then there was the one about did we ever improvise? Well, which question did you think was the best, audience? Yeah.
Well, I think all right.
To my brothers.
Yeah.
Yes, the brother.
No, come on up. We actually got stairs here, so come on up, bro. Come on up.
All right.
Come on up, bro. Okay, first of all, question for me. Favorite metal album?
Oh, jeez.
See, those things are hard. What do you got?
There's a lot, man. Well, let's go with Black Sabbath Sabotage.
All right, that's a good one. All right, here you go.
There we go.
Here's your prize.
It wouldn't have been my choice, but. There we go.
Thank you all very,
Thank
very
you
much
all
for
for coming
coming.
out.
And don't think for
Yeah.
a minute.
Oh, he wants to.
And don't think for 1 minute that we
bro.
appreciate your
Congratulations.
love of Rocky Horror so much. It means an enormous amount to us. I consider us a huge one big family of Rocky Horror, people. The cast, the creative crew that made it, and so it's great to all be together, and thank you so much. Don't dream it.
Thank you all.
Be it.
All right, everybody, everybody, come towards the stage. And again, not on the stage, but come towards the stage. Take a picture of this amazing cast and all of you.